All right, everyone, the Bay Area Council's annual dinner begins now. Welcome tonight's MC, Toan Lam.
My name is Toan Lam, and I'll be your MC tonight. Thank you, and welcome to the Bay Area Council's 76th Annual Dinner and Business Hall of Fame. Welcome back, and welcome back, Bay Area! Woo! You guys all look so great. I have not been in an audience this big or more than 12 people for the past 20 months, so I really appreciate y'all being here. I need first and foremost for you guys to do me a favor, and this is your chance to be rowdy. The folks at home over there, hello, friends and supporters, over there in that camera right there, if we could all give them a quick wave hello. Hey, we see you! Welcome. And one thing to memorialize tonight's event, I'm gonna step away from the mic, so I need you to listen real quick, because I'm not gonna have a mic on me, but I'm gonna attempt to take the biggest selfie since COVID started. So if y'all could just smile, show me your teeth, and I'm gonna step back. Stay tuned. Okay. All right, there we go. You guys look fantastic. Thank you. It is such an honor to be here tonight with so many great leaders and supporters in our community. It's been a hard road, 20 plus months, and we still got a lot of work to do, but it looks like the Bay Area is back, and you guys look fabulous tonight. So round of applause for everybody here. And it's because of companies like yours and organizations like the Bay Area Council that make moments like this happen and community change. They say our character is defined by how we respond to times of adversity, that our true colors show themselves in times of trouble. True that. And while the Bay Area's colors have sure shown themselves brightly over the last 20 months, like they do every time we face a new challenge, especially here in the Bay Area. Now, we've come together to help one another, to take care of each other, and it's that unwavering spirit and collective action, fueled by a powerhouse of optimism that defines us and makes us great. Now, that same spirit has defined the work of the Bay Area Council for, get this, over 75 years, plus one. We can clap louder than that. Come on, you guys. Woo! And it's what we're continuing to leverage as we help lift up the many people who are still suffering from the pandemic's effects and our economic downturn. Keeping it all together and keeping it moving forward with strong leadership. The Bay Area Council, behind a powerhouse executive committee and board of directors, has that in great abundance. And you've got Jim Wunderman. For 16 years, you guys can clap. For 16 years, Jim has led the Bay Area Council and been the fearless leader. And in that time, he's grown the size, the influence, and stature of this amazing organization to greater and greater heights. Please join me, in welcoming Bay Area Council President and CEO, Jim Wunderman.
Thank Toan. He's got a hard job. He's got to manage you guys and me and everybody else tonight. I'm just amazed it took the Bay Area Council almost 20 months to figure out to make a branded mask. I finally got something. I should have thought about this a long time ago. How's everybody doing? Is it good to be back together again? Does it feel as good to you as it does to me? I'm so excited. I'm so excited about this. Toan was wrong. It was actually 17 and a half years ago. I just saw Tuck Rickard from Russell Reynolds, who was reminding me that their firm was the one who recruited me to this job 17 and a half years ago. And when I started the job, it was in April of 2004, there was Dick Rosenberg, who was one of the key people on the committee, the former CEO of Bank of America, said, now, you know, we have the annual dinner coming up in July, just in a few months. So I had to get right to work on this annual dinner. And so this is actually, if you do the math right, it's actually my 18th annual dinner that we've done. And every one of them has been exciting, but this one's been a little bit different than all of the others for the obvious reason that we've been working through this pandemic. And I'd have to say, 19, 20 months ago, I was a little unsure, as probably you are, about your organizations and your businesses, about what the future would hold. And now I'm not unsure about what the future would hold. Because of you and what we've been able to accomplish, borrowing a term that our friends at Kaiser like to use, we didn't just survive at the Bay Area Council, we thrived. It's been an amazing experience, I must say. And I'm actually kind of floored to be here and to see you folks, not in those squares, but actually in person for the first time in a couple of years. And I wish I had time to talk to everybody individually, and somehow or other we'll have to manage to do it. But it really was our leadership, our executive board, executive committee, the board of directors, the membership of the council that pulled us through, that stuck with us, didn't leave, participated even more, and engaged in ways that I think not only made the Bay Area Council better, but positioned our region for the future. And there's just so much terrific history that's here tonight. In all those years, I started the chair of the Bay Area Council. Remember Nelson Rising? He was the chair at the time. He didn't know what he was getting into when he took the job of chair, that there'd be a change from Sonny McPeak, who was my predecessor to me. And he was followed by Alex Marin as chair, my first full-time chair that you'll see Alex in a little while. And Alex and I got along great. It was easy. And then we had Lenny Mendonça, who everybody knows Lenny Mendonça, Lloyd Dean, Janet Lamkin, who brought amazing prowess to the job and was the first woman chair of the Bay Area Council. Then we had David Cush, Michael Covarrubias, who's here, and then we had Bernard Tyson. Mike kind of hoodwinked Bernard into taking on the job as chair, and Bernard was amazing, and we lost Bernard when we shouldn't have, and we're happy to have his bride, Denise Bradley Tyson, is here tonight. So please say hi to Denise. She's a powerhouse in her own right, and a terrific friend of us and this community. And then, after Bernard was really high on the notion that the next chair should be Mary Huss, the publisher of the San Francisco Business Times and now the Silicon Valley Business Journal. And it's no wonder why that part of that newspaper empire is strongest here in the Bay Area, as I got to work with Mary as the pandemic hit, something she didn't sign up for. And so the last couple of years with Mary at the helm, I don't know that we would have made it so well without Mary Huss. So you'll hear from her later, but thank you, Mary. And if it couldn't get better, now we have Kaushik Rajgopal, who's been with us for many years on our board, chaired the Economic Institute, is a brilliant and enjoyable individual to be around, and he's the right person to come in to lead this at the right time. So I want to thank the leaders of the Bay Area Council, at least over these years, 17 and a half that I've been here, for doing what you've done. And of course, it's not just those chairs, it's all the members, the leaders of the committees. I'm not going to try to go through all the names because we'd be here all night, but it's a terrific number of terrific people who've been here for us. I want to thank the chairs of the Hall of Fame Committee. This is an incredible institution that was formed at the leadership of Dick Rosenberg back years ago, and Dick chaired it for many years, and then finally replaced himself with Gary Rogers from Dreyer's Ice Cream, who chaired it, and we lost Gary too early too. And now in the last number of years after Gary's passing, Alex Marin has done a great job. So thank the Hall of Fame chairs. Dick, if you're listening, thank you. I hope you are, and the Hall of Fame committee. So this is really made up of a whole bunch of folks who come together a couple of times a year who think about who are the people in the Bay Area who deserve to be part of the Bay Area Business Hall of Fame. It's not just a passing thought. It's a lot of work and thinking that goes into this. So I want to thank that group for coming together. I think it's a very unique group in the business community. And tonight, joining that institution, we'll meet Jennifer Doudna, Jim Herbert, and John Thompson, our honorees tonight. So welcome them in their induction into the Bay Area Business Hall of Fame. We'll also hear from Treasury Secretary Janet Liang in a little while. And Janet, of course, she's got a pretty good resume before being the Treasury Secretary, chair of the Federal Reserve Bank, before that, the president and CEO of the San Francisco Federal Reserve, and of course, most importantly, a member of the Bay Area Council Executive Committee at that time. So we're excited to hear what's going on in our economy from our Treasury Secretary. I want to stop here and thank the team of the Bay Area Council. Please join me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so lucky. I don't like to share. My job's gotten easy because I've got such an incredible team. In particular, tonight, I want to thank Rufus Jeffers and Justin Sider. They're the ones who pulled this event together, so thank you guys. But everybody on the staff contributes to this. We really turn our attention to make this great. In a little while, you'll be learning a little bit more about the future of the Bay Area Council and our new vessel, our future home, the Klamath. Some of you have been on the Klamath back in the day when it was the headquarters of Landor Associates, but it's soon to become the headquarters of the Bay Area Council. I want to thank the committee led by Mike Covarrubias on the Klamath. It's not an easy project, and the incredible John Grubb, our Chief Operating Officer, who really diligently fought to make this happen. I can't wait to be hosting events on the Klamath. I also want to thank Florence Fang, who is here. Hi, Florence. Florence made at a critical time, just as the pandemic hit, and we needed money for this boat. It's about this is a money part. This is important. It's about a $12 to $14 million project, and we needed to raise money. And Florence Fang, who not only is a generous individual, but is an incredible leader, made a gift of $1.5 million in order to get us going. And because the pandemic hit, we stopped the capital campaign, got a bank loan, but we've been at it lately, and we've got great support with $1 million contributions coming from the likes of Kaiser Permanente, KKR's retiring George Roberts, and the Hanson Bridget Law Firm, and Christina Lawson, who never says anything but yes. So there's others as well. Thank you. It's incredible, and it's coming here to Pier 9 soon. I'm not going to use this opportunity to get into our policy work of the Bay Area Council because we really don't do that. But I will just say this: I think we all would agree we're at kind of a critical moment here. There's no doubt we have serious challenges facing us, but I'm very positive about the future. I see breakthroughs coming on the key issues of housing and homelessness, and restoring transportation, and getting people back into the office, getting people back to work, water and fire and climate resiliency, the business climate, which is so challenged in the state, and of course, making sure that everything that we do with an eye and an ear toward racial and gender diversity and equity and inclusion. That's what I think. It's not just words. I think these are the things where we're going to make a lot of progress. I see it. I can feel it. It's going to happen, and it'll happen because of you and our incredible team working together, and our leaders, political leaders as well. I think they're ready for action. I want to thank the Hyatt Regency for putting on this event. I know it's a big event to do. Senior Event Manager Ajit Patel, thank you, and especially thank the Hyatt staff who are serving us tonight. Thank you, folks. We appreciate it's hard work, and we appreciate what you're doing. We heard a little earlier from Sally Kay, who heads public policy for Amazon. So thank Amazon for your leadership. Thank you. And make sure our stuff comes on time. And finally, let me just thank, and I'm going to turn the program over to Kaiser Permanente. Kaiser is our founding member back in 1945. Also celebrating with us their 75+1 anniversary, and incredibly generous supporter. And you're about to hear from Janet Liang, who has a long title of Executive Vice President, Group President, and group leader and Chief Operating Officer. Janet and Kaiser couldn't be with us tonight because their unions went on strike today, a sympathy strike, even though most of the contracts, I think, have been accounted for. But we understand that the management has to be working the institution today, working hard to make sure that Kaiser members get their health care. So with that, please join me in welcoming virtually Janet Liang. And thank you, everybody, tonight, and really appreciate your being here with us tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jim, and thank you for your leadership over these really difficult times here in the Bay Area. And to all of you in the room, welcome to our Bay Area Council family and supporting businesses. So tonight we're celebrating, of course, our honorees, Jennifer Doudna, James Herbert, and John Thompson. But tonight we're also celebrating the return to gatherings. Anthropologists tell us that human beings require cooperation to survive and thrive, and therefore in-person gatherings are necessary to foster cooperation outside of family relationships. So we as a society have evolved to cooperate because together we can do more than anyone could ever accomplish alone. The Bay Area Council is a great example of the power of cooperation across business, government, and community sectors. So despite what news reports say about the demise of the urban city, I'm here to say that the Bay Area is and will remain the most innovative, globally competitive, inclusive, and sustainable region in the world. I am so sorry I can't be there in person gathering with you all, but we're having some crucial conversations with our labor partners regarding the challenges the pandemic has brought to our workforce, the rapid rise in inflation, and the unrest and unease we're seeing in families and our communities from the strain of these times. I am sure that these themes are very familiar to all of you as you address challenges for your businesses as well. So the pandemic really highlighted what Kaiser Permanente, the council, knew for more than 75 years when we first formed this partnership, and that is that good health is a necessary requirement to have a thriving business community, for social justice, for access to quality education, and safe streets for families to work and play. And that's why Kaiser Permanente is supporting the California Resilience Challenge with a grant of $500,000 and $1 million to provide the Bay Area Council with its permanent new home at the Klamath at Pier 9 in the San Francisco Bay. So as I close here today, on behalf of all of the healthcare organizations and care teams in the Bay Area, I want to express our collective gratitude for the support that so many of you, our local businesses, have provided to frontline workers. As we start to emerge from the worst of the pandemic, we must acknowledge that recovery is going to come at a very uneven pace unless we commit to leading differently through innovation and equity. And that is what our three honorees this evening represent: the type of innovation, civic leadership, and business leadership that is a model for our future. So thank you all for being a part of tonight's program and for all that you do to make the Bay Area a better place for everyone to work, live, and thrive.